It's me, Roger. I'm back again to make a little video where I reveal all my little secrets. Do you have clean hands? You're subscribed, so let's not waste any more time. Hello, dear friends. Today I'm going to show you how I make cheese in a very simple way. A cheese that can be eaten within the week, which you can put in a jar like this with oil, olive oil and herbs. I don't know if you can see it well. That can be easily kept for a month. It's a cheese that anyone can make. It's one of the first cheeses I ever made. It's a cheese that you can make with whatever you have in your kitchen. Very simple. I'll show you right away. You need to have very clean equipment. So the first thing I do is sterilize all my equipment, which means the cheesecloth, a strainer and a ladle that I'll need later. I'm letting that boil 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I'm going to unfold it. Well, I'm waiting a minute for it to cool down a bit because I don't want to burn myself. I'm putting on my cheesecloth. There you go. To put my cheese in later. Everything is ready. In a pot, I'm going to use 4 liters of milk today. It's pasteurized milk. The milk that you can't find is prohibited for sale. And UHT milk doesn't work. You need pasteurized milk. And as you can see, it's 3.5%. I don't know if you can see it well. 3.5% fat content. The more fat there is in the milk, the more cheese you'll have. If you have a little bit of cream left over, you can also add it in. So I'm going to put my 4 liters in and I'm going to put that up at 90 C. We'll meet again when it's at 90 degrees. I stir my milk from time to time so it doesn't burn at the bottom. To give it a stir. And like that, gradually and consistently and steadily until it reaches approximately 90 degrees Celsius. My milk is now at the desired temperature, which is 90 degrees, 90 for France, degrees Celsius. I can turn off my heat. I'm taking out the thermometer and I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of vinegar to it already. White, and I brew gently. Like this. And we can see that it's starting to separate. A little separation can happen. For now, I keep stirring well like this. From bottom to top we can see that there are already some lumps. I'm going to add 1 more. And we're going to add several like this, one after the other, until we can clearly see the separation, that is. That the whey is going to become a little translucent. For now it's still white, it's not there yet. We keep stirring slowly, gently and carefully. Let's add 1 more. We're going to need several more, but we're taking it easy at this point in time. Well, keep going. mix, well, we can see that it's starting to become much more thicker. I'm being careful with the vinegar because we don't want to add too much after all. It shouldn't taste like vinegar in the end. That's why I'm going there. Gradually. I think that's going to be about a cup of vinegar. A small coffee cup of vinegar in total. We can see that the liquids are starting to change color. We pull to the side there to see, yeah, it's changing color, but it's not quite there yet. It's coming. We're adding a little bit more. I keep making movements that aren't too abrupt. We can see that it's coming along well. You have to go very gently and carefully, it will hurt you. It's a work of patience. It's coming along pretty well. I can add one last one. To make sure everything separates well. Once I've mixed it well like this, now I'm going to find a lid to put on top and let it rest. 10 minutes. We'll meet again in 10 minutes.
The recipe: 4 liters of pasteurized milk and about a coffee cup of white vinegar.
Let's move on. Lumps merged. All the lumps have come together nicely. And now we're going to put this in our filter to help with a ladle. It was necessary. You have to be very careful because it's really hot. I'm going to gradually I'm gently taking out my notebook. That I managed to, there's not much left there. I'm going to pour my pan, but again, be very careful. It's very, very hot. Don't splatter to burn you up. Really everything.
Do it.
102. A few seconds drained. On that, I'm going to add a little salt, the equivalent of a teaspoon. I'm just going to mix it a tiny bit more, a little bit. There you go. I'm gathering the corners there. To just taste them a little bit more. If you don't have a mold, you can very well put a weight on top or any other type of weight on that to get more moisture out. I have a mold. I'm going to show you what it does. I make this quite often, so I got a mold like this, but otherwise, well, you can easily use a cookie cutter like this. And you take a piece of plastic. There, that's the top of a big yogurt cup too. That will work just fine too. Let's say that what we need now is to pull the cheesecloth tightly so it doesn't get too wrinkled afterwards. So I'm pulling it like this, and on top of that I'm going to put that in there. Avoid accidents. I'm going to put 2 big cans on top. There you go. And I'm going to wait 20 minutes. We'll meet again in 20 minutes to continue now for 20 minutes. It's in there. I'm just going to turn. I take my cheese out of the mold. To avoid there being too many lumps in it. I'm just turning it and I put it back in the mold on the plate. Yeah. Do you see how I'm doing it? I'm pulling it tight, the cotton, so that there's a minimum of rain. There you go. And I'm going to put my 2 boxes back, and we're going to leave that now 40 minutes. We'll meet again in 40 minutes. And there you go. The 40 minutes are up. I'm going to take my cheese out. And I'm going to put it in a dish. It's still warm. I'm going to cover it with a seal and put it in the fridge until tomorrow. And I'm going to eat it during the week. You can eat it. Yeah, it keeps easily. A week that it doesn't have too much flavor, but it's not bad. Tomorrow, I'll show you what it looks like when it's cut. I'm going to move on to the strainer. So it released quite a bit of moisture. Taking and I'm going to cut it. It's nice and firm. To show you what it looks like. You go. So you can easily keep this for a week. This is me. A very simple way to make cheese. For example, you can cut it into small cubes to put in a salad. It goes really well. It doesn't have too much flavor, but it's still good when paired with something. That can be really good for a first time Here, for example, is a little salad where I've added some small cubes of cheese. All I have left to do is put some dressing on top. And you can also, like me, make some little squares, small cubes. Put them in a jar with some herbs that you like, and then cover it with olive oil. You let that rest a month in the fridge. And I assure you that in a salad it will be perfect.
Well, you liked this video. Now you know how to do it. Go ahead, do it. It's not difficult. And I'll see you soon for the next video. Goodbye.
Don't forget a little thumbs up. Subscribe. Share my videos. And thank you to leave a comment.